Information Bravo. Tan Son Nhat International Airport, Information Bravo. 1330 Zulu. Wind 150.
Bamboo 286 radio check.
Tan Son Nhat clearance, Transworld 178 Heavy, Type 747, Gate 76 with information Oscar. Ready to copy IFR to Hanoi.
Bamboo 286, Tan Son Nhat clearance, negative, unable to recall.
Boarding requested.
Delivery, hello, German Cargo 620 Romeo with information Tango, requesting IFR clearance to Frankfurt.
Bamboo 286 radio check.
Give me 1 second for that clearance. Bamboo 286, 5x5.
Bamboo 286 with information Bravo, request IFR clearance to Cameron.
Welcome you aboard our flight. When you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger carry-on items.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Items underneath in front of you. Unless you're in the front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bin. If you have any trouble finding a location for your carry-on items, please let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to assist you. If the overhead bin is full after
Bamboo 286, information Bravo is current. Clear to Cameron via the Baum 1 Romeo departure, then as filed. Departure runway 25 right, initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 126.35, squawk 6713.
In an emergency exit row, please read the exit
Clear to Cameron via the Bravo Alpha Oscar Mike 1 Romeo departure and S5, departure runway 25 right. Initial climb to 4,000 feet, departure on 126.35. Squawk 6713. Bamboo 286.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Attention delivery, could you have runway 7 right instead of 25 left, please?
Bamboo 286, read back correct. Ground is on 121.6, safe flight, sir.
121.6, good day, bye-bye.
May I see your boarding pass? Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard Bamboo Airways Flight 286, departing from Ho Chi Minh City to Cam
with
Ranh.
information
We are
India.
delighted to have you with us today. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to our friendly crew. We're here
All
to
aircraft
help.
be advised, information
Thank you for
Echo is now
choosing
current.
Bamboo Airways
QNH
and enjoy your
1010.
flight.
Conflict reparation checklist defense cover remove B1D.
To Nhat ground, Korean Air 8761. I have Echo, I'm ready to taxi.
Emails on Aiders number red 1010
To Nhat ground, Scooter 305.
May I see your boarding pass?
All aircraft be advised, information X-ray is now current. QNH 1009er.
Welcome on board.
To Nhat ground, Scooter 305, request push and start.
Boarding pass
Facing east, Scooter 305.
All aircraft, information Quebec is now current. QNH 1009er.
Ground Cathay 1518 ready to taxi.
Boarding pass, please. Good evening. Boarding pass, please. May I see your boarding pass? Hello?
All aircraft, information Quebec is now current. QNH 1010.
This way.
10 on that ground. Transworld 178 Heavy at gate 76, requesting pushback and engine start. Push and start approved facing west, Transworld 178 Heavy.
Croydon Vietnam 33 requesting taxi to the octave. Vietnam Airlines 33, push and start approved. Face north.
This way. Hello. Boarding pass, please. Hello. Hello. Boarding pass, please. Hello. 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 Good evening. Good evening. Welcome on board. Hello? Welcome on board. This way. Hello. Boarding pass, please. Welcome on board. This way. Hello. Hello. Good evening. This way, please. Good evening.
All aircraft, information, Charlie is now current. QNH 1008.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard Bamboo Airways Flight 286.
Bamboo 286 ready for push and start.
My name is Alejandro El Hombros, y Paellas y Haciendas Garcana de la Torre, y Pa.
Bamboo
Gierres
286,
del
hands on
Campo
net ground,
Rodríguez,
push and start
de
approved.
Arrieta
Face
Alcalde
north.
Municipal del Real Madrid. And I am your
Push and start through facing north. Bamboo 286.
are my wonderful crew members, Maria, Nguyen, Lin, and Tan. Our captain for this flight is the esteemed Viet Vong Ve,
Before
and our
start
first
checklist,
officer is the
secure.
talented Kantran. We are
Before
expecting a
start
flight time of
checklist,
approximately
secure.
38 minutes as we travel a distance of 166 miles to our destination.
Flight time
Now
60
please pay close attention to our safety demonstration. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To unfasten, simply lift the buckle. It's important to keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated, just in case we encounter any turbulence. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the panel above you. To use the mask, pull it towards you. To start the flow of oxygen, place it over your nose and mouth and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to put your mask on first before assisting others. For those of you seated over water, life vests are located under your seats. To use the vest, pull it out, place it over your head and pull the straps to tighten. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs once you are outside the aircraft. There are emergency exits located at the front, middle and rear of the
Before
cabin.
start checklist, please.
Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit, which may be behind you. In case of an emergency, follow the illuminated exit signs to reach the exits. We appreciate your attention to this important safety information. Thank you for flying with us today, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
I can't help with that unless you hand over comms control to me. I can't help with that unless you hand over comms control to me.
Ground, Vietnam Airlines 261, taxi to parking. Vietnam Airlines 261, taxi to parking at your discretion.
Taxi to parking at your discretion, Vietnam Airlines 261.
Start at will.
Starting engine 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen to an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Hân hạnh chào đón quý khách trên chuyến bay của Bamboo Airways, hãng hàng không của sự hiếu khách.
Welcome aboard Bamboo Airways, the airline of hospitality.
Kính thưa quý khách, vì an toàn của chuyến bay, kính mời quý khách theo dõi hướng dẫn về an toàn trên máy bay.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the safety of the flight, may we have your attention for the safety demonstration.
Khi đã lên máy bay, đề nghị quý khách không hút thuốc dưới mọi hình thức.
Once on board, any type of smoking is strictly prohibited.
Các thiết bị điện tử phải được tắt nguồn hoặc chuyển sang chế độ máy bay trong suốt hành trình bay.
Electronic devices must be turned off or switched to flight mode during the flight.
Quý khách lưu ý không sạc pin các thiết bị điện tử trong quá trình máy bay lan cất và hạ cánh.
Charging electronic devices is not allowed during taxi, takeoff and landing.
Trong quá trình máy bay lăn cất và hạ cánh, quý khách cài dây an toàn, dựng thẳng lưng ghế, đóng bàn ăn, xếp gọn chân ghế và màn hình.
During taxi, takeoff and landing, you are requested to fasten your seatbelt, set seat back upright, secure tray table, footrest, and monitor.
Quý khách đặt hành lý trong ngăn đựng phía trên hoặc xếp gọn dưới ghế phía trước.
Carry-on luggage is requested to stow under the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers.
Không để hành lý trên lối đi, khu vực cửa thoát hiểm, dưới chân các vách ngăn và phía sau chân của quý khách.
The aisle, the exit rows, the area under fixed bulkhead, and behind your leg must be clear of any luggage.
Quý khách cài dây an toàn trong suốt thời gian bay và khi đèn hiệu cài dây an toàn được bật sáng. Dây an toàn được cài như sau: cài hai đầu khóa vào nhau. Nếu vai ghế có thêm một đầu dây móc, quý khách bắt chéo dây ngang người, cài đầu móc vòng khóa, kéo một đầu dây để siết chặt và mở bằng cách ép hoặc bấm đầu khóa. Nếu quý khách đi cùng trẻ em hoặc cần dây an toàn nối dài, vui lòng liên hệ với tiếp viên hàng không để được trợ giúp. Quý khách vui lòng cài dây an toàn và
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Distribution of infant seatbelt or extension belt will be provided by cabin crew. Please make sure your seatbelt is fastened and visible to the cabin crew. Whenever seatbelt sign is on, please fasten your seatbelt and keep it while you are seated. Your safety belt is fastened like this. Insert the metal buckle into the other for additional shoulder belt. Cross the belt in front of your body, then hook the metal buckle into the lock. Tighten by pulling the strap and unfasten by lifting the buckle or pressing on the lock.
Trường hợp
Unlocking gear.
mặt nạ dưỡng khí sẽ rơi xuống từ phía trên ghế ngồi và trong phòng vệ sinh. Quý khách kéo mạnh mặt nạ thì có dưỡng khí, đeo mặt nạ lên mũi và miệng, choàng dây qua đầu, siết chặt.
In case of decompression, oxygen mask will be released from the cabin ceiling and in the lavatory. Pull the nearest mask firmly downward to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and wear the plastic bag over your head, then tighten it.
Quý khách hãy đeo mặt nạ cho mình trước,
Left is clear,
và các
right is clear.
người cùng cần giúp đỡ.
Please put on your own mask first, then help the children and anyone nearby who may need assistance.
Trong trường hợp thoát hiểm, hệ thống đèn chỉ lối thoát hiểm sẽ dẫn quý khách đến cửa thoát hiểm.
In case of evacuation, emergency light system will guide you to emergency exits.
Trong khoang khách có 8 cửa thoát hiểm, 2 cửa phía trước, 4 cửa ở giữa và 2 cửa phía sau. Quý khách lưu ý xác định cửa thoát hiểm gần nhất và các biển báo chỉ dẫn.
In the cabin there are 8 exits, 2 at the front, 4 at the middle, and 2 at the rear. Please identify your nearest emergency exits with marked signs.
Áo phao được đặt dưới ghế ngồi của quý khách hoặc phía dưới bên cạnh ghế. Khi được yêu cầu sử dụng, quý khách lấy áo ra khỏi vị trí, xé vỏ bọc, mặc áo choàng qua đầu và thắt chặt dây quanh eo. Quý khách lưu ý không được làm phồng áo khi ở trong khoang khách.
Life vests are located
Bamboo
under your seat
286
or below,
ready to
next
taxi
your
to
seat.
runway
When instructed
25
by cabin
right.
crews, remove it from its location and package. Put on the life vest and secure it carefully. Do not inflate the life vest in the cabin.
Ngay tại cửa, quý khách làm phồng áo bằng cách giật mạnh thẻ nhựa hoặc thổi vào ống màu đỏ.
At exit, pull the tag firmly downwards or blow into mouthpieces to inflate it.
Trên áo phao có còi và đèn nhớ cuốn sự chú ý.
There are a whistle and a light on your vest for attracting attention.
Quý khách lưu ý chỉ sử dụng áo phao trong trường hợp khẩn cấp hoặc khi tiếp viên hàng không yêu cầu. Áo phao trẻ em sẽ được cung cấp và hướng dẫn sử dụng bởi tiếp viên hàng không.
Life vests are used in case of emergency or when instructed by cabin crew only. Infant life vest will be provided and instructed by cabin crew.
Và bây giờ, quý khách đọc bản hướng dẫn an toàn được đặt trong
Bamboo
túi ghế trước hoặc
286
ngăn bên
ready
cạnh.
to
And
taxi
now,
to
please
runway
write the safety
25
briefing
right.
card in the seat pocket in front of you or next to your seat.
Trân trọng cảm ơn sự theo dõi của quý khách. Chúng tôi rất mong quý khách sẽ có trải nghiệm an toàn và thú vị trên các chuyến bay của Bamboo Airways.
We thank you for your
Bamboo
attention and we hope you
286,
have a great
taxi
time
to runway
with
25
Bamboo
right
Airways.
via Sierra 5, Sierra, Sierra 4. Cross runway 25 left, then Papa 1.
Taxi to runway 25 right via Sierra 5, Sierra, Sierra 4, cross runway 25 left and Papa 1, Bamboo
We're ready for departure.
286. Taxi checklist, flight control check, flap setting config 1 plus F radar and brake windshield on and auto engine mode select normal, EKM mode check block include taxi checklist complete.
Please note the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
Bamboo 286 ready to cross runway 25 left.
The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Bamboo 286, cross runway 25 left approved.
Approved, Bamboo 286.
Bamboo 286, contact tower on 118.7, so long.
Tower on 118.7, Bamboo 286. Good day, bye-bye. Good evening, Tower Bamboo 286, holding short runway 25 right, ready for departure.
Bamboo 286, hands on Nhat Tower, runway 25 right, winds 150 at 4, cleared for takeoff.
Please advise departure frequency.
Vietnam Airlines 132, contact departure.
Winds 150 at 4, clear for takeoff, runway 25 right, Bamboo 286. Cabin crew, please taxi for departure.
Bamboo 286,
Okay, Captain,
winds are
I will text
150
it.
degrees at 4 knots, runway 25 right.
Winds copy. Clear for takeoff, runway 25 right, Bamboo 286.
Transworld 178, contact departure.
Roger. Switching departure, Transworld 178 Heavy.
Line up checklist, takeoff runway 25 left, confirm TTS, TAI, Max 1 and 2 on line up checklist complete. Stabilize. Check out. Main flag 67 set.
VVTS 1301, winds 150 at 4, runway 25 right, clear to land. 25 right, clear to land, VHF 1301.
I did not check.
Bamboo 286, contact departure. Vietnam Airlines 403, welcome to Tan Son Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6.
Contact departure, Bamboo 286, good day, bye bye. Good evening, departure, Bamboo 286, with you passing 1600, climbing to 4000 feet.
Hands departure, radar contact.
Hands on Nhat departure. Cathay Pacific 7032, ready to copy IFR.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
That's on at departure, Vietnam Airlines 471 and 3000 feet for 4000 feet.
Vietnam Airlines 471, roger, climb and maintain 14,000 Ho Chi Minh QNH 1010.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet, Vietnam Airlines 471.
Vietnam Airlines 471, climb and maintain flight level 070.
767, request to stay on the arrival.
Cathay 767, continue on the Doll 2 Golf arrival.
Cathay 767 will co-maintain and establish. I'll let you know when I'm on the ILS.
Countdown approach, November 6518 Yankee, ready for descent.
Descent 2,500 onto establish. Clear ILS, runway 25 left. Cathay 767 heavy.
Cathay 767, contact Tan Nhat Tower on 118.7.
Contact tower 118.7, Cathay 767 heavy.
Disregard, sorry.
November 6518 Yankee, say requested altitude for descent.
Disregard, by mistake. I didn't mean to say to descent.
Say again, please.
Bamboo 286, Tan Nhat departure, climb flight level 200.
Climbing to flight level 200, Bamboo 286.
Scooter 306, contact Tan Nhat Tower on 118.7.
Tower on 118.7, 306.
Easy 123, contact Tan Nhat Tower on 118.7.
Contact 118.7, easy 123.
Bamboo 286, climb flight level 220.
Climbing to flight level 220, Bamboo 286.
TFDI 1, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1. Vietnam Airlines 978, descend altitude 7,000 feet.
7,000, Vietnam Airlines 978.
Now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep on fast larger speeds, not congregate in the galley or near the laboratory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. You will be required to pay a small fee to switch to access. We do offer complimentary flight thanks to our partners.
Bamboo 286, climb flight level 270.
Climbing to flight level 270, Bamboo 286.
Of electronic devices is now allowed. You may now use your devices, but please ensure they are in airplane mode. Thank you for your
VFCR
attention.
3930, radar contact.
Vietnam 72 Heavy, request direct SOCAN.
Vietnam Airlines 772 Heavy, runway 25 right is available. Cleared for the ILS approach to runway 25 right. VHF 3930, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1. Over to Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1, VHF 3930. VHF 3930, flight level 160. VHF 3930, radar contact. Bamboo 286, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1.
120.1, Bamboo 286, good day, bye-bye.
Climbing to flight level.
Good evening, Control Bamboo 286 with you passing flight level 170, coming to flight level 270.
Bamboo 286, Ho Chi Minh Control, identified. Good evening, Ho Chi Minh, QNH 1008.
QNH 1008, Bamboo 286.
Ho Chi Minh Control, request to land runway 25 right.
Gianna 731 Heavy, runway 25 right is available. Contact 10 Sonia Tower on 118.7 for landing clearance.
731 Heavy. Descend to 10,000 feet. Oceana 731 Heavy.
Contact hands on that approach. 1166.35 when you're ready.
35, hands on that approach. Cafe 737. Ho Chi Minh Control, Cafe 766 is with you, climbing through flight level 160.
Cafe 766, Ho Chi Minh Control, roger. Fuzhou, QNH 1008.
Direct to Sierra Oscar Kilo Alpha November.
Asiana 731 Heavy, descend altitude 10,000 feet.
Descend altitude 10,000 feet. Oceana 731 Heavy. Ho Chi Minh Control, Oceana 731 Heavy, request descent to 2,500. Departure, King Air 5974 Alpha, at 5,000 feet, climbing to 6,000 feet.
King Air 5974, Alpha Ho Chi Minh Control, radar contact. Climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230. King Air 74 Alpha.
King Air 74 Alpha, climb and maintain flight level 260. Bamboo 286, expect the bank 1 Alpha arrival. In about 10 minutes, I'll start your descent.
Expect the bank 1 Alpha arrival, Bamboo 286.
Advise on initial contact you have information listed. Cam Ranh International Airport, information listed. 1.30 Zulu. Wind 170 at 3. Cab OK. Temperature 28. Dew point 25. QNH 1009. Density altitude 1700 feet. Transition level 100. Arriving and departing runways 02 right, 20 right. Advise on initial contact you have information listed. Cam Ranh International Airport, information listed. 1.
Learjet Yankee Bravo Golf, climb and maintain flight level 400.
Climb into 400 Yankee Bravo Golf.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached cruising altitude. We will begin our snack and drink service shortly. I highly recommend trying our delicious spring rolls and refreshing coconut water. After the service, we'll also have some exciting articles from the Bamboo Airways shop available for you to browse. Thank you for your attention and enjoy your flight.
Climb to flight level 260. King Air 74 Alpha.
Singapore 222, Ho Chi Minh Control, identified. Good evening. 3, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 134.05.
Descend 10,000 feet, QNH 1009 on Vietnam Airlines 403. Switching to Ho Chi Minh Control 134.05, WA243.
As this is a shorter flight, we will not be able to offer in-flight service. Please let us know if there's any reason to make your flight more enjoyable and short.
Vietnam Airlines 403, request descent. Descent via dial 2 Golf into Nhat on that Vietnam Airlines 403.
Bamboo 286, descend via Bank 1 Alpha into Cameron.
Descend via Bank 1 Alpha, arrival Bamboo 286.
Cathay 766, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Cathay 766.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Cam Ranh. Please return to your seats and ensure your seat belts are securely fastened. At this time, the use of lavatories is no longer permitted. Thank you for your cooperation as we prepare for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
Cathay 766, center climb and maintain flight level 310.
Cathay 766.
Bamboo 286, contact Cameron approach on 127.9er.
Approach on 127.9er, Bamboo 286. Good evening, approach Bamboo 286 with information Bravo descent 6500.
Bamboo 286, Cameron approach identified. Good evening, expect the ILS X-ray runway 2 right approach to Cameron.
Expect the ILS X-ray runway 02 right approach to Cameron, Bamboo 286.
Final descent to your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to flight edit crash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat cushion. Please all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Bamboo 286, descend altitude 6,000, QNH 100.
Captain, cabin is ready.
Descending to 6,000 feet, QNH 100.
Approach into Cameron. At this time, please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we have arrived at the gate. Kindly return your tray tables to their upright position. Put your seats in their full upright position and ensure your seat belts are fastened. Once we land, our Bamboo Airways staff will provide you with information regarding your connecting flights. Thank you for your cooperation.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for landing.
Bamboo 286, descend altitude 3200. Turn right, heading 210 vectors for the ILS runway 2 right approach.
Descending to 3200, turn right heading 210 vector for the ILS approach runway 0 right, Bamboo 286. Project list Maro Red 1009 set emails on. Minimum 330 set. Operate off and Jimbo select on my project list.
Bamboo 286, descend altitude 3000, turn right, heading 240.
Descending to 3000, turn right heading 240, Bamboo 286.
Bamboo 286, 8 miles from FF02R. Turn right, heading 320, descend altitude 2200 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 2 right approach.
Turn right heading 320, descending to 2200, established on the localizer. Wait for the ILS approach runway 0 right, Bamboo 286.
Bamboo 286, contact camera and tower on 118.2.
118.2, Bamboo 286. Bamboo 286 on final runway 02 right.
Bamboo 286, camera and tower, winds 170 at 3. Runway 2 right, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 202 right, Bamboo 286.
Attention all aircraft, information X-ray is now current. QNH 1009er. $2,500.
landing checklist. KMMO landing no blue landing checklist. Please. Continue.
Light slope. Light slope.
40.
Too low.
30,
terrain.
20. Retard. Retard.
Spoiler reverse brake set.
Welcome to Cameron. Contact ground on 121.825.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached
121.825, Bamboo 286.
10:08 p.m. and it's currently about 20
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cameron. Oh, what a landing we just had. It was a bit bumpy, huh? I think the autopilot was having a little fun there. But we made it safely. And that's what counts, right? Cameron is known for its beautiful beaches and stunning landscapes. The weather here is quite lovely, with a temperature of 28 degrees Celsius and no...
Bamboo 286, we are is clear of runway 02 right. Request taxi to park it.
On behalf of Captain Viet Vong Ve,
Cameron,
First Officer Cantran,
ground,
and
good
the entire
evening,
crew, we wish you a pleasant stay in Cameron.
Area 1223 on position 8 with information Delta requesting IFR clearance to Whiskey Bravo Kilo.
Bamboo 286, taxi to T241 via Golf 5, cross runway 20 right, then Whiskey 5 Yankee. Good day.
Taxi to Tango 241 via Golf 5, cross runway 20 right, then Whiskey 5 Yankee. Good day, bye bye. Bamboo 286. After landing checklist, radar and predictive windshield off after landing checklist complete.
Vietnam Airlines 440, contact tower on 118.2. Over to tower, Vietnam Airlines 440.
Cabin is ready for departure, Captain.
Camran, ground, good evening. Air Asia 1223 on position 8 with information.
Bamboo 286 radio check.
Vietnam Airlines 90487, camera on ground, loud and clear.
Camran, ground, good evening. Air Asia 1223 on position 8 with information Delta requesting IFR clearance.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard Bamboo Airways Flight 286.
Whiskey Bravo, Kilo.
My name is Duncan McLeod. Your
1
lead
second
flight
while I grab the paperwork.
We are ready to go when
Joining
you
me in
are.
the cabin are my wonderful colleagues, Fiona, Alistair, and Ewan. Our captain today is the esteemed Viet Vong Bay, and our first officer.
Bamboo 286 radio check.
Approximately 40 minutes, cruising at an altitude of 30,000 feet.
Bamboo 286, camera on ground, roger, reading you loud and clear.
Please ensure your seatbelts.
Bamboo 286 request ATIS information.
Simply lift the
Once all your items
in
are
the
put
unlikely
away,
event of a
please
loss
clear
of
the aisle
cabin
and sit
pressure,
down in your
oxygen
seat
masks
while
will
other
drop down from
passengers
the
can find
panel
their
above you.
seats as well.
Pull the mask
If you
towards
are
you to
seated
start
in
the
an
flow of
emergency
oxygen.
exit row,
Place it over
Bamboo
your
286, Camran International Airport, information X-ray. 1500 Zulu, wind calm, cab okay. Temperature 28, 2.25, QNH 1009er. Density altitude 1700 feet, transition level 100. Arriving and departing runway 02 right, 20 right. Advise on initial contact, you have information X-ray.
Your life vest is located under your seat.
Bamboo 286 with information X-ray requires IFR clearance to Ho Chi Minh.
Pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. We also want to remind you that smoking is not permitted at any time during the flight.
welcome aboard
Please
flight
refrain from using your mobile devices
Our
until
flight
you're
time
safely
will
on
be
the
roughly
ground.
40
Bamboo
Just a wee
286, information X-ray. 1500 Zulu, wind calm, cab okay. Temperature 28, 2.25, QNH 1009er. Density altitude 1700 feet. Transition level 100. Arriving and departing runways 02 right, 20 right.
Bamboo 286 with information X-ray requires IFR clearance to Ho Chi Minh.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
Boarding pass, please. May I see your boarding pass? Hello. Welcome on board.
Bamboo 286, information X-ray is current. Cleared 210 on Nhat. After departure, fly radar vectors Lien Kuong, then as filed.
Departure runway 20 right, initial climb to 4,000 feet. Departure on 127.9er squawk 2652.
Clear to Tunson Nhut after departure of flight director to Lima Kilo Hotel, NS5, departure runway 20 right, initial climb to 4,000 feet, departure 127.9, squawk 2652, Bamboo 286.
Bamboo 286, read back correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard Bamboo Airways Flight 286, flying from Cam Ranh to Tan Son Nhat. My name is Duncan MacLeod, your lead flight attendant for today, and I'm joined by my fantastic colleagues, Fiona, Alistair, and Ewan. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to contact any of our crew members. Thank you for choosing Bamboo Airways, and we hope you have a delightful flight with us.
Passengers bus is coming. Passengers boarding starting.
Bamboo 286 ready for push and start.
Bamboo 286, push and start approved. Face south.
Push and start road facing south. Bamboo 286.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Ground, Korean Air 467, taxi to the ramp. Korean Air 467, taxi to parking at your discretion. Taxi to parking at your discretion, Korean Air 467.
Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear.
Exiting from editing mode. Please wait.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Starting engine 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Hân hạnh chào đón quý khách trên chuyến bay của Bamboo Airways, hãng hàng không của sự hiếu khách.
Welcome aboard Bamboo Airways, the airline of hospitality.
Kính thưa quý khách, vì an toàn của chuyến bay, kính mời quý khách theo dõi hướng dẫn về an toàn trên máy bay.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the safety of the flight, may we have your attention for the safety demonstration.
Khi đã lên máy bay, đề nghị quý khách không hút thuốc dưới mọi hình thức.
Once on board, any type of smoking is strictly prohibited.
Các thiết bị điện tử phải được tắt nguồn hoặc chuyển sang chế độ máy bay trong suốt hành trình bay.
Electronic devices must be turned off or switched to flight mode during the flight.
Quý khách lưu ý, không sạc pin các thiết bị điện tử trong quá trình máy bay lăn, cất và hạ cánh.
Charging electronic devices is not allowed during taxi, takeoff and landing.
Trong quá trình máy bay lăn, cất và hạ cánh,
Please
hãy
set
cài
parking
dây
brakes.
an toàn, dựng thẳng lưng ghế, đúng bàn ăn, xếp gọn chân ghế và màn hình.
Waiting your
During
confirmation for a
taxi,
good engine
takeoff and
start.
landing, you are requested to fasten your seatbelt, set seat back upright, secure tray table,
Cockpit to ground.
footrest, and
We have a
monitor.
good
Quý
engine
khách đặt
start.
hành lý
You
trong
can
cabin phía
disconnect.
trên hoặc xếp gọn dưới ghế phía trước.
Carry-on luggage is requested to stow under the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers.
Không để hành lý trên lối đi, khu vực cửa thoát hiểm, dưới chân các vách ngăn và phía sau chân của quý khách.
The aisle, the exit rows, the area under fixed bulkhead, and behind your leg must be clear of any luggage.
Quý khách cài dây an toàn trong suốt thời gian bay và khi đèn hiệu cài dây an toàn được bật sáng. Dây an toàn được cài như sau: cài hai đầu khóa vào nhau. Nếu vai ghế có thêm một đầu dây móc, quý khách bắt chéo dây ngang người, cài đầu móc vào khóa, kéo một đầu dây để siết chặt và mở bằng
Unlocking
nhấn
gear.
hoặc bấm đầu khóa. Nếu quý khách đi cùng trẻ em hoặc cần dây an toàn nối dài, vui lòng liên hệ với tiếp viên hàng không để được trợ giúp. Quý khách vui lòng cài dây an toàn và để dây trong tầm nhìn để tiếp viên hàng không kiểm tra an toàn quan khách.
Distribution of infant seatbelt or extension belt will be provided by cabin crew. Please make sure your seatbelt is fastened and
Tow
visible
truck
to the
disconnected.
cabin crew.
Bypass pin
Whenever
removed.
seatbelt sign is on, please fasten your seatbelt and keep it
Left
while
is
you are
clear,
seated.
right
Your
is
safety
clear.
belt is fastened like this. Insert the metal buckle into the other for additional shoulder belt. Cross the belt in front of your body, then hook the metal buckle into the lock. Tighten by pulling the strap and unfasten by lifting the buckle or
Member
pressing on the
286
lock.
ready to taxi to runway
Trường hợp
20
mất áp
right.
suất, mặt nạ dự khí sẽ rơi xuống từ phía trên ghế ngồi và trong phòng vệ sinh. Quý khách kéo mạnh mặt nạ để có dự khí, đeo mặt nạ lên mũi và miệng, choàng dây qua đầu, siết chặt.
In case of decompression, oxygen mask will be released from the cabin ceiling and in the lavatory. Pull the nearest mask firmly downward to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose
Member
and wear
286
the
ready to
plastic
taxi
band
to
over
runway
your head,
20
then
right.
tighten it.
Quý khách hãy đeo mặt nạ cho mình trước, rồi giúp trẻ em và các hành khách khác ngồi cùng cần giúp đỡ.
Please put on your own mask first, then help the children and anyone nearby who may need
Bamboo
assistance.
286, taxi to runway 20 right via Yankee 7, Whiskey 7.
In case of evacuation, emergency light
Taxi
system
to
will guide
runway
you to the
20
emergency
right
exit.
via
Trong
Yankee
khoang khách có 8 cửa
7,
thoát
Whiskey
hiểm, 2
7,
cửa phía
Member
trước, 4 cửa ở giữa
286.
và 2 cửa phía sau. Quý khách lưu ý xác định cửa thoát hiểm gần nhất và các biển báo
Clear
chỉ
left
dẫn.
side,
In the
clear
cabin,
right
there are
side,
8
Rexha
exits, 2
0,
at the
5
front,
control
4
check.
at the middle, and 2 at the rear. Please identify your nearest emergency exits with marked signs.
Áo phao được đặt dưới ghế ngồi của quý khách hoặc phía dưới bên cạnh ghế. Khi được yêu cầu sử dụng, quý khách lấy áo ra khỏi vị trí, xé vỏ bọc, mặc áo choàng qua đầu và thắt chặt dây quanh eo. Quý khách lưu ý không được làm phồng áo khi ở trong khoang khách.
Life vests are located under your seat or below, next to your seat. When instructed by cabin crews, remove it from its location and package. Put on the life vest and secure it carefully. Do not inflate the life vest in the cabin.
Ngay tại cửa, quý khách làm phồng áo bằng cách giật mạnh thẻ nhựa
To
và cột
radar
vào
and
ống màu
braking
đỏ.
on street on
Pull
another
the tag
Ocean
firmly
7 American
downwards
and
or
Waterford
blow
Number
its
taxi
mouthpieces to inflate it.
Trên áo phao có còi và đèn để lôi cuốn sự chú ý.
There are a whistle and a light on your vest for attracting attention.
Quý khách lưu ý chỉ sử dụng áo phao trong trường hợp khẩn cấp hoặc khi tiếp viên hàng không yêu cầu. Áo phao trẻ em sẽ được cung cấp và hướng dẫn sử dụng bởi tiếp viên hàng không.
Life vests are used in case of emergency or when instructed by cabin crew only. Infant life vest will be provided and instructed by cabin crews.
Và bây giờ, quý khách đọc bản hướng dẫn an toàn được đặt trong túi ghế phía trước hoặc ngang bên cạnh.
And now, please read the safety briefing card in the seat pocket in front of you or next to your seat.
Trân trọng cảm ơn sự theo dõi của quý khách. Chúng tôi rất mong quý khách sẽ có trải nghiệm an toàn và thú vị trên các chuyến bay của Bamboo Airways.
We thank you for your attention and we hope you have a great time on board with Bamboo Airways.
Please note the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you. Cabin is secure, ready for departure.
Bamboo 286, contact tower on 118.2, safe flight.
119.2 Bamboo 286, good day, bye bye. Good evening, tower Bamboo 286 for short runway 20 right, ready for departure.
Bamboo 286, Cameron Tower, runway 20 right, winds calm, cleared for takeoff.
Winds calm, clear for takeoff runway 20 right, Bamboo 286. Departure clear
All
for traffic
aircraft
cabin crew.
information, Yankee
Please
is now current.
subsist.
QNH 1009er.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard Bamboo Airways Flight 286, flying from Cam Ranh to Tan Son Nhat. My name is Duncan MacLeod, your lead flight attendant for today. Joining me are my fantastic colleagues.
Cabin crew,
Fiona,
please taxi
Alistair,
for
and
departure.
We expect our flight time to be approximately 40 minutes, cruising at an altitude of 30,000 feet. During our meal and snack service, we will be
Line up
offering a
checklist,
delightful
takeoff
free
runway
whiskey tasting
20
from a random
right,
Scottish
confirm
brand.
CCAS, the area
Yes,
Park
we have
1
haggis
to line
available
checklist
too.
complete.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight with us. Okay, Captain, I'll check the chemical packs for you.
Stabilize. Take off. Main flight 67 set ARS runway or plus close.
Bamboo 286, contact departure.
Contact departure, Bamboo 286, good day, bye-bye. Evening departure, Bamboo 286, heading 200, passing 2,000 feet, climbing to 4,000 feet.
Bamboo 286, camera on departure, radar contact, climb flight level 270, turn right heading 265, vectors to Lien Kuong, then own navigation.
Turn right heading 265, vectors to Lima Kilo Hotel, then own navigation, Bamboo 286.
Bamboo 286, continuous filed, climb flight level 270.
Continue S5, climbing to flight level 270, Bamboo 286.
now past 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder that you can smoke fast while you're speaking, not concentrate in the galley or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. You will be required to pay a small fee offer complimentary flight departures.
Dear guests, we are pleased to inform you that the use of electronic devices is now allowed. Feel free to connect to our onboard Wi-Fi service and enjoy your flight. Thank you for flying with Bamboo Airways.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you do to prevent unexpected circumstances.
Bamboo 286, climb flight level 300.
Climbing to flight level 300, Bamboo 286.
Bamboo 286, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 125.375.
Switching to Ho Chi Minh Control on 125.375. Bamboo 286. Ho Chi Minh Control, Bamboo 286 evening, climbing through flight level 190 to reach flight level 300.
Bamboo 286, Ho Chi Minh Control, identified. Good evening. 286, Ho Chi Minh Control. Expect a dial 2 Golf arrival. Prepare to descend in roughly 10 minutes. Say the word if you want to descend sooner.
Expect the Dayla 2 Golf arrival. Bamboo 286.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached cruising altitude. We will begin our snack and drink service shortly, so please sit back and relax. We have some delightful options available, including a lovely free whiskey tasting from a random Scottish brand. And yes, we even have haggis for those who are feeling adventurous. After our service, we'll be coming around with some fantastic items from the Bamboo Airways shop, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you for flying with us today.
Bamboo 286 ready to be set.
Bamboo 286, confirm your request. Are you asking to reset your transponder or something else?
Bamboo 286 ready to descend. Bamboo 286 request descend to 7,000 feet.
Bamboo 286, climb and maintain 7,000 feet.
Bamboo 286 request descend to 7,000 feet. Bamboo 286 request descend to 7,000 feet.
Bamboo 286, descend via Dal 2 Golf into Tanson Nhat.
Descend via Dela 2 Golf, Bamboo 286.
Bamboo 286, say again your request or message.
Descend via Dela 2 Golf, Bamboo 286.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Tanson Nhat International Airport. Please return to your seats and ensure your seatbelts are fastened. At this time, the use of lavatories is no longer permitted. Thank you for your cooperation as we prepare for landing.
Seatbelt sign is now on. As you take a shorter flight, you will not be able to offer in-flight service. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to make your flight more enjoyable and fully.
Location Echo. 1530 Zulu. Line 110 at 7. Cabin. Temperature 29. Dew point 26. QNH 1008. Density altitude 1800 feet. Transition level 190. Arriving at
Bamboo 286, contact Tanson Nhat approach on 126.35.
126.35, Bamboo 286. Good evening, approach Bamboo 286 with information echo descending to 7,000 feet.
Bamboo 286, Tanson Nhat approach identified. Chow Cac Band Tanson Nhat QNH 1008, expect the ILS runway 7 right approach into Tanson Nhat.
QNH 1008, expect the ILS approach runway 08075 into Tanson Nhat Bamboo 286.
Cafe 767 Tanson Nhat approach. Good evening, Bong Tao, QNH 1008. Cafe 767 Tanson Nhat approach. Descend and maintain 4,000. Cafe 767 descend and maintain 3500.
Vietnam 772 Heavy, request direct SOCAN.
Vietnam Airlines 772 Heavy, runway 25 right is available. Cleared for the ILS approach to runway 25 right.
Tanson Nhat departure. Cathay Pacific 7032, ready to copy IFR.
1 second while I grab the paperwork. Trans World 362, climb flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, Trans World 362 head.
767, request to stay on near route.
Cathay 767, continue on the Dahl 2 Golf arrival.
Cathay 767 will co-maintain and establish. I'll let you know when I'm on the ILS.
Easy 123, contact Tanson Nhat Tower on 118.7.
Contact 118.7, easy 123.
Descent 2,500 until established. Clear ILS, runway 25 left. Cathay 767 heavy.
Cathay 767, contact Tanson Nhat Tower on 118.7.
Contact tower 118.7, Cathay 767 heavy. 350-177 heavy. Climate maintain 14,000 feet. Vietnam Island 471.
Vietnam Airlines 471, climb and maintain flight level 070.
Vietnam Island 471.
Vietnam Airlines 471, climb and maintain flight level 120.
Vietnam Airlines 978, descend altitude 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000, Vietnam Airlines 978.
Tanson approach, November 6518 Yankee, ready for descent. Disregard, sorry. November 6518 Yankee, say requested altitude for descent.
Captain, cabin is ready.
Disregard, by mistake. I didn't mean to say this
Begin our final approach to Ho Chi Minh City. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we've arrived at the gate. Kindly ensure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in their full upright position, and your seat belts are fastened. Bamboo Airways staff will provide you with information regarding your connecting flights once we are on the ground. Thank you for your cooperation.
Bamboo 286, direct Samdu.
Direct Samdu, Bamboo 286.
Bamboo 286, descend altitude 8,000 feet, QNH 1007.
Descend to 8,000 feet, QNH 1007, Bamboo 286.
Hi, Captain.
Bamboo 286 request descend to 3,000 feet.
Bamboo 286, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
Descending to 3,000 feet, Bamboo 286.
Cafe 767, contact Tansun Nhat Tower on 118.7.
Cafe 118.7, Cafe 767, good day.
Roger Miss, Bottle Rep 1007 set, correct off.
Scooter 306, contact Tansun Nhat Tower on 118.7.
83 set.
Tower on 118.7,
correct off.
306.
Flying maintain, runway for 120, Vietnam, Thailand, 471.
Vietnam Airlines 471, climb and maintain flight level 140.
Flying maintain, Second Hall 140, Vietnam Airlines 471.
Bamboo 286, vectors for the ILS runway 7 right approach.
Vectors for the ILS approach runway 07 right, Bamboo 286.
Bamboo 286, 8 miles from TS 512. Turn right heading 040, descend altitude 2,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 7 right approach.
Descend to 2,000 established on the localizer. Clear for the ILS approach runway 07 right, runway 040,
TFDI-1, climb flight level 280. 280, TFDI-1. 286, contact Tanson Nhat Tower on 118.7.
118.7, Bamboo 286. Bamboo 286 on final runway 07 right.
Bamboo 286, Tanson Nhat Tower, winds 110 at 7. Runway 7 right, cleared to land.
Clear to land runway 07 right, Bamboo 286.
Tanson Tower, Learjet, November 86, Bravo Lima, taking off runway 7 right. Ready for takeoff.
Learjet 6 Bravo Lima, runway 07 right, winds 120 at 7, cleared for takeoff.
Scooter 306, welcome to Tanson Nhat. Contact ground on 121.9er.
121.9er. Vietnam Airlines 403, welcome to Tanson Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6.
Ground 121.6, Vietnam Airlines 403.
Deputy 1, contact departure. Departure.
Please advise departure frequency.
Vietnam Airlines 132, contact departure.
1000.
Check.
Caution the birds, seatbelt left clear to land, 767.
Cathay 767, welcome to Tanson Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6.
VVTS 825, contact departure.
Contact departure, Vision 825. Tanson Nhat Tower, Cathay 767, on final, runway 5 right.
Cathay 767, Tanson Nhat Tower, turn right, heading 005.
500.
Check.
Transworld 178, contact departure.
Roger, switching departure, Transworld 178 Heavy.
Minimum.
Continue.
Learjet 6 Bravo Lima, contact departure.
Flight slow.
Over departure, 78 Bravo.
100. Flight slow.
Cathay 767, welcome to Tanson Nhat. Contact ground on 121.9er.
30. 20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
Good day.
That was rough. I'm glad we're down.
Spoiler reverse ready, sir. And your friends.
Bamboo 286, welcome to Tanson Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 11:14 p.m.
What a landing
and
we
it's
just had.
currently
A bit
about
of a bumpy,
29
but hey, we made it safely to Tanson Nhat
You can now
International
use your
Airport.
mobile device.
The weather here is quite lovely, with a temperature of 29 degrees Celsius and no clouds in sight. Just a bit of a warm.
Bamboo 286, we are is clear of runway 07 right. Request taxi to 5
position. On behalf of Captain Viet
All aircraft information Quebec is now current. QNH 1010.
Fiona, Alistair, and Ewan. We wish you a
Tanson Nhat
fantastic
ground,
stay.
Transworld 178 Heavy at gate 76, requesting pushback and engine start.
Bamboo 286, Tanson Nhat ground. Taxi to domestic terminal 21 via Sierra 5. Good day.
Taxi to domestic terminal 21 via Sierra 5. Good day, Bamboo 286.
Switching to tower, Vietnam Airlines 7138.
Tanson Nhat ground, Korean Air 8761. I have Echo, I'm ready to taxi.
Tanson Nhat ground, Scooter 305. All aircraft be advised, information X-ray is now current. QNH 1009er. All Nippon 8902 contact tower on 118.7.
Over to tower, all Nippon 8902.
Hands on ground, good evening. Vietnam 648 with information India. We're in Airbus 321. We request IFR clearance to Manila as filed, please.
Clearance on request, stand by. All aircraft, information Quebec is now current. QNH 1009er.
Ground Cathay 1518 ready to taxi.